guys, how's it going? If you could do me a favor and just let me know if everything's sounding all right, everything's looking okay. If you give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. And then we will get started soon. All right. Looks like we got a thumbs up. Is the mic coming through okay? Is everything sounding all right? We will, I just want to verify that, make sure, there's so many different settings for streaming. Make sure everything's right, and then we will jump into talking about the Botanist. Alright guys, so trying something new. Bear with me and hopefully get this all figured out and working correctly. It sounds like everything's coming through, so I think we're going to go ahead and get talking about the Botanist. First off, thank you and welcome to the first launch live stream we've actually ever done. Like I said, this is a work in progress, so hopefully we could just have fun. I just love talking about products like pedals and audio and gear and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, throw them out there, It's kind of hard for me to read from here, but I have a little setup. I'm trying to read questions. So if you have any questions or feedback, throw them out. Let me know. I would love to answer them and just talk about, what I'm doing here. So, welcome to the Botanist, our newest launch, our newest pedal offering. I'm super excited about it. It is in the same family or vein, or however you want to call it, as the Traveler, which was the pedal that we launched before this one. Which is kind of the whole focus of these, is to pack a lot of features and functionality into a compact, easy to use product, right? I wanted it to be something that was deceptively straightforward. One of my favorite things about this product is that if you don't want to use MIDI, you don't want to use presets and all of that stuff, you're going to feel very natural and comfortable on this pedal because it works like a normal 3-knob pedal. You got 3 knobs, you got a toggle switch that's in a toggle between tremolo, chorus, and phaser. It's very easy to jump into, right? And when you power it on, it's going to load wherever the knobs are. It's not gonna bog you down with all that programmability if you don't want it. Now, for me and my style of playing, you get the most functionality out of it by using the MIDI, and you can maybe barely see I got a MIDI jack cable plugged in over here. Off screen, we got a MIDI controller, the Futurist, that's going to be controlling presets and stuff like that. And that gives you full control over everything that is in the pedal. So you have control over the 3 knobs, you have control over the algorithms, you have control over the bypass. And what's great about that is the pedal comes with 6 presets. So you can create 6 presets and store them on the pedal. But because you have MIDI control over everything, technically you could have a limited amount of presets just by sending the correct MIDI message to the pedal. So we're going to talk about MIDI in a little bit. There's a lot, obviously, to MIDI. Sometimes it's a little intimidating, but we're going to keep it simple. It's very straightforward, very accessible. So those are the features of the pedal. And let's dive into the chorus first. You might have heard it. If you've been with us for a couple minutes, I had it kind of looping. We're going to do some live playing. I also got a looper so we can loop stuff and just talk about everything with the chorus. So here's how it sounds right now. Let me know if there's any trouble hearing that. So let's start real simple. So you have rate, you have depth. Let me make sure, because I was jumping presets. Let me make sure this is set to what the knobs are. So now we're where the knobs are. Now what's cool, first thing we're going to talk about is the mix control. So what's cool about the mix control on the chorus algorithm is all the way left you have just dry. Okay, so complete dry. As you turn it towards noon, it's going to start mixing in 4 different vibrato voices. If you don't know, chorus is vibrato and your dry signal at the same time. That's what gives you chorus. So to make vibrato, you just take away the dry signal. So we have 4 vibrato waveforms at different speeds. So they're oscillating at different speeds, colliding with each other. You have 4 different voices, which gives you this really lush chorusy sound. But I still wanted you to be able to hit that vibrato sound. So then as you go from noon to all the way right, you're going to mix out that dry signal and mix out those extra vibrato voices So you're left with just vibrato. Which can get as wonky as you want it. So that's really cool because it really lets you dial in these different voicings that you wouldn't normally be able to dial in. Now, the next control is the depth. So the depth is basically how much delay time is in those vibrato signals. So how much are they pitch bending, basically? So as you can hear, it's going to clean up a lot more. It's going to get tighter. So as you can hear, that's really going to determine basically like how seasick you're gonna your chorus is going to be. And then rate is pretty self-explanatory. That's how fast the signals are moving. All right, so we got a question, and I cannot read it from this distance. Let's see if I can read it. Andrew says, "Man, I feel like this pedal was tailor-made for me. That chorus sounds amazing. Also, the artwork is the best in a long time." Thanks, guys. Really happy with how the whole project kind of came apart. I'm seeing the time delay on the video, and I totally made it all shadowed. That was me holding my iPad trying to read the questions or the comments. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this pedal turned out. Both this and the Traveler have just been like really awesome. We've over the years have kind of fine-tuned our process for creating art and expressing that on the product. And then also, yeah, we spent a lot of time on the algorithms trying to get them to sound the way that we wanted them to sound. And I didn't say this before. I'll probably talk about this more as we continue to play through this pedal. But like, for me, this product is really like such a great texture machine. Like, it's so good. Like, it can do really extreme sounds, but I really love the subtle texture that you can add to your tone. You add a little bit of reverb. Wow. Interesting comments. I love that kind of really good community input, or I guess in that instance output. But yeah, so this is just such a great texture machine. I really love the subtle as well as the extreme sounds you can get out of it. That's pretty much the chorus. As I said before, it's deceptively simple. Let's try turning the depth down and the rate up. It's deceptively simple, but you have such a wealth of tones that you can get out of it. So really love. Also, just to clarify, if you're familiar with Matthews effects at all, you might be familiar with the Chemist, right? Which is a a pedal in the similar vein, similar concept. This is kind of more of a refined version of the Chemist, you could say. But this is completely different than the Chemist. The audio signal path is completely different, and the algorithms are completely brand new algorithms. So this has nothing but new experience for you in the pedal. So brand new algorithms. So that is the chorus. Unless there's any questions about the chorus algorithm or sounds, you can get with the chorus algorithm. And I can always circle back if you guys do end up having questions. Let's go ahead and move to the phaser. So the phaser is an 8-stage phaser. Which can get real wonky. Very late, lasers in space. Let's try it with some reverb. Whoa. Okay. I've never combined these two in this way before. Also, I don't think I've mentioned I have the Traveler off camera, which I'm turning on and off. Weird. Okay, that's super cool. So the phaser can do these real extreme sounds. I prefer a more like slow, subtle phaser. Now you can hear it's going through all these stages, right? Rate is self-explanatory. It's going to be how fast it's moving through those. But depth is going to clean up, or it's basically going to make the phaser less extreme. So you can hear it's not going as deep. You continue to turn depth down. Which is a really interesting way to tone sculpt. And then mix is basically just the amount of the phaser versus the amount of your dry signal. So as you go left, you're getting less phaser, more dry. As you go right, you're getting more phaser, less dry. So I always like to mix in a little bit of the dry. You can hear it's nice slow speed. This is how I like to run this. Maybe a little bit faster. Maybe depending on what I'm doing, if I'm using heavy gain like fuzz, or if I'm doing something more melodious, like the loop that we were doing earlier. Let's up the phase or the depth a little bit. What's really awesome about phaser like this really slow phaser, is it lets you create movement. It's kind of almost like an auto filter. Like it gives you this movement in your signal. turn the shimmer off. It's just a nice way to accentuate how you're playing, you know? Obviously, there's even more ways to use phaser. We're just kind of brushing the surface. Like I said, using it with fuzz is super fun. You can really create some cool dynamics and anticipation in the music using that ramp in the phaser. But yeah, that's the phaser. Depth, mix, rate. If you have any questions, let me know. Throw them out there about anything on the Botanist. And I think we're going to switch to the harmonic tremolo. Now, to start off with, the harmonic tremolo does work a little bit different than the other two algorithms. Excuse me. Whereas the mix is mixing the dry and the wet signal, the mix on the harmonic tremolo is just a gain, basically, for it. So I put extra gain for the effects so that you could compensate for perceived volume loss with the tremolo effect, or you could also just boost if you kind of wanted to do a kind of boosted sound. You could do that. I think it's I should have double checked before this, but I think it's like 10 dB of boost, so it's a pretty decent amount of boost you have going on there. And besides that, rate and depth basically work the exact same way. Depth is going to be how strong the effect is, and rate is how fast the tremolo is going to go. I mean, you gotta love some reverb and trem. Love that combination. That's the Traveler and the Botanist together. So we just got a question, what parameters can MIDI expression control for the tremolo? So basically you have full MIDI control over all three knobs. So no matter what algorithm you're on, you can control those individual knobs. So you're going to be able to control the rate, the depth, and the mix, which is going to be a boost, basically. Now that's going to be really cool with rate, because you're going to be able to, MIDI expression that rate up and down. You also can, save presets if you want to jump to different speeds, a faster tremolo, a slower tremolo. If you have there are some MIDI controllers out there that have ramping LFOs. You could ramp the LFO on it, do some cool stuff there. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I love this pedal. Like I've said before, this is such a great texture product. It's so good to have on your board. You have a really wide range of tones and textures that you can add to your playing, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And on top of that, you can control it remotely with MIDI. You can turn it on and on. You can jump between different presets. Let me show you how presets work. So let's see. So if we dial in this sound and we like it, we're going to put it in preset save mode so it starts blinking. And then we're going to send it a preset message. So we're going to send it PC1, I think is what I have saved to the switch. It received that. We're going to turn it on. And now when we, so if we switch to something else, and then we send that PC MIDI message, it automatically switches. So it's as easy as that to save presets. What you do is you double press and hold. There's basically kind of like a short window that you need to double press. So it's just to be completely clear, it is press, release, press, and you keep holding it down. And then it's going to start blinking like it is now. And then what you do is if you press the bypass foot switch again, that's automatically going to save it to preset 1. And if you send it a PC message, 1 through 6, it's going to save to those preset spots. So that's how you save to those other MIDI spots. As I said before, just to kind of recover, if you don't want to use presets or MIDI, you don't save anything to the pedal, so don't save any presets. It's going to boot up where the knobs are so that it works just like a normal 3-knob pedal, and you can completely avoid presets and MIDI and stuff like that. If you save a preset, though, it's automatically going to load preset 1 when it boots up. So if you find a sound that you really love, you can save that sound, and you don't have to worry about the knobs getting moved. It'll just boot up in that spot ready to go each time. Now, if you accidentally, let me go ahead and say, I'll save this to preset 1, I guess. Now, if you accidentally save a preset, or maybe you were using it that way and you want to clear it, all you do is factory reset it. And to factory reset it, let me see if I can do this. Set my pick down. It's kind of hard to get to the power jack, but basically you unplug the pedal, hold down bypass, and plug it in. The LEDs are going to start flashing. You press bypass again, and that's going to wipe everything, all the presets in memory for the pedal. It also resets the MIDI channel back to MIDI channel 1. So that's how you do a factory reset. There is a MIDI command that lets you set the MIDI channel to 0 through 15, which is channel 1 through 16. If you don't know, it's shifted 0. It counts as a number. That's how you do that. I'm trying to think through if there's anything else that I should cover in this video. We're going to be making more content. We're going to be talking more about the algorithms and just showing how the pedal can be used. But if there's any questions that you guys had overall for the pedal, throw them out there. I can't think of anything else. I think we've covered everything. This has been super awesome. We haven't done a lot of live streams, but hopefully we'll just keep doing this, and this will be something that we do more often, more consistently. I am a one-man shop currently, so it is hard to keep track and up to do everything because I'm doing everything. But I also just want to end this by saying, thank you guys. It's because of your guys' support that I'm able to keep making pedals and to keep making things that I think are interesting and fun to have a part of our rigs. And helps us create music. So thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart. I'm very thankful for everything you guys do for me. That lets me do what I love to do. And this is just, we have even more stuff coming, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to share with you guys what's coming next in the future. Question: can I use presets without MIDI? No, I mean, unfortunately, there's just no way to jump to those different presets without MIDI. It's kind of, it's kind of one or the other. Either you're using it MIDI with presets or you're not using presets in MIDI. So you will need MIDI to access those extra presets. Although, if you save a preset to preset 1, the pedal's going to boot up into preset 1 every time. So if you have a sound that you love, you can just have it boot up into that sound every time. Again, in case anyone didn't hear me earlier, if you don't save any presets, it just boots up to wherever the knobs are and works like a normal 3-knob pedal. So it's really, really accessible. All right, guys. I think that's it. Maybe I'll play a little more. Maybe we should just kind of like find some cool sounds. I kind of like that idea. I'm going to play around a little bit. It might be for 30 seconds. It might be for 2 minutes. I don't know. If you guys think of any more questions about anything, I'm going to open it up to anything Matthews Effects, The Traveler, any of our other stuff. Feel free to throw it out there. And I guess when I'm done, I'll just end the stream and I'll see you guys next time. Come check out our Facebook group. We do a lot of fun stuff in there. We're going to be doing a giveaway. We do a giveaway. We give away a pedal every month. This month's going to be the Botanist. So make sure to join our Facebook group. Find out about that. We do giveaways. We just do fun events. I really love engaging with our community. So yeah, I guess that's my little plug for that. Set this reverb. Pick go. Will I be making more of our MIDI controllers? So, right now we haven't been making them. We've been trying to change up the production process with how we're making them to just improve some stuff, make it easier because they were kind of a pain in the butt to make. So we've been trying to improve that as well as working on some just new MIDI-based products. One thing we're going to be having coming out is a very simple splitter. Because the Traveler and the Botanist only have MIDI inputs, they don't have MIDI throughs. We thought super affordable, easy MIDI through our splitter would be really cool, as well as some other stuff. So we are going to be making more. We're also working on a new web-based editor for our MIDI products. We're putting in time and effort into that to kind of just revamp things. The way we did it, our current computer-based editor is really hard for me to update. So we want to do that so that it's easier for us to continually update with the new features that we're adding to different stuff going forward. But MIDI controllers, MIDI-based products is very much a part of the direction, the future that we're going with. And I want to really expand that to more offerings, different sizes, some cool stuff. I don't want to give stuff away, but basically next year we have some very cool stuff coming. I guess there is a lot to talk about there. But right now we can't really share too much, but a lot of stuff is coming. We are also currently working to get the Futurist back in stock. So hopefully in the next month or two, we should be able to have some new ones that will be in stock. And maybe we'll do a new limited color or something, or have fun with it in some way. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for all the support. And I will see you around. Maybe for a couple more seconds as I fully figure out how to stop the stream. But thank you guys.